been doing good. I've been honestly doing good. Truly, honestly. Yeah. I've been reevaluating my relationship with folks. I've been understanding my relationship with folks. I've been taking accountability with where I am and why I'm in certain areas of my life without being too hard on myself. Because, yeah, I'm not a person that gives myself slack. Like, I don't hold anybody to a certain level except for myself, and that puts a lot of weight on me. But yeah, unlearning and relearning. It's the song by I think her name is Kat Burns, and I'm pretty sure it's called Healing. I don't know. I found it on TikTok. I found it when I was on TikTok, and I was like, oh my gosh, like the song made me cry. Cause what did she say? One of the words that she says, well, one of the phrases she says is, "I am not what I've been through." I'm like, yeah, this child, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. It's been a lot. It's been rough, and I am not the things that happened to me. I think that's actually what she said. I am not the things that happened to me. Whatever. The song is like healing, learning, growing, and unlearning. Something like that. Y'all know I be messing up words. Well, I have been writing down stuff. I've been writing songs. I'm trying to start putting them to beats. I'm looking for specifics. Goodness gracious. Y'all, ADHD. ADHD. And I'm a big gardening fan. If you know what that means, you know what that means. But I have not been gardening recently, taking a little break. So yeah, the ADHD is gonna happen. It just is what it is, because I am imperfect, and that's one of my favorite things about myself. The fact that I am so imperfect is perfect, perfectly imperfect. Anyway, yeah, that song's been helping me because I'm realizing, like, one of the things I realized this week is the fact that I was raised to put other people first. That's why it's so very difficult for me to be okay with the fact that I had to choose me. At first, it was like, oh my gosh, like, but what if this person, and what if this person, and what if they need me for this, and what if they need me for that? And then I just had to understand, like, it's okay to not be there for the people that are consistently using you. Like, it's okay. And that goes for anybody. Like, I love my mother to life, but I put up more boundaries with her because I'm realizing the person that she was with me growing up is still the person that she is. And I love my mom. I love my dad too, but I'm not close to my dad. Ain't never been close. And because I understand what his trauma is and what he's been through, and the fact that he never really, had a stable upbringing and all of that, I understand it, but it doesn't excuse the trauma that I was given, from the fact that they couldn't and did not deal with their trauma before they had me and my siblings. So it's like I'm at a place now where I'm being learning to be okay with the fact that I can understand people, and I can understand what you've gone through, and I can understand how bad it hurt and how much it affected you. But I can also understand where I need to take a step back, where I need to place up a wall, and where I just need to remove myself so I can focus on myself, because I never got the chance. I never got the chance to really have that moment of like, okay, let's breathe, let's settle, let's focus on you, let's understand you. Because my whole childhood, bro, in my household, I was evil. I was the black sheep. I was always rebellious. I never listened. But yet I'm always having to cook. I'm always having to look after people. I'm always responsible for everybody. I'm always being a parent to my parents. I'm always being a parent to my siblings, all of them, even the oldest one. I'm always that. I was never what I needed for me, and I rarely got what I needed for myself from anybody else. So yeah, I'm understanding and relearning and repattern. I can't say that word right now. Repattering, whatever. Reprogramming the way I see the world and the way I'm seeing my relationships with everybody in my life, like literally everybody. The people that's been down for me, I love everybody. I have love for everybody. I even have love for people that done me wrong. I have the most love for the people I've done wrong because I'm not perfect. And hurt people hurt people. And yeah, if I felt the way, I was going to hurt people. That's just how the cycle goes. But I'm choosing to be better. I'm choosing to end cycles. I'm choosing to not be a person that I would not have been able to run to. I'm choosing to be a safe place for myself. Like, what? For all versions of myself. Like, I'm holding space for me now. I hold space for literally everybody else. So it's time for me to hold space for me. And I love that. Like, I love the fact that I'm there. Like, there's peace there. I didn't think I was going to be at that point in my life where, like, I found peace in that. Like, I was used to being just me. I was used to being alone. I was used to not depending on people. But that was coming from a place of pain, of rage, of anger. This is new. And it's transformative because it's not coming from anger. It's coming from understanding. It's coming from love. It's coming from, yeah, I get it. Like, I truly and thoroughly empathize with everybody. And I don't have the choice to not empathize because I feel it all. Like, I literally feel it all. And yeah, I saw this, see, ever since I downloaded socials back, I've gotten my social media to the point where it provokes thought, and I also have the ability to be goofy. If I want to be goofy, I can laugh at some stuff. I can be silly. I create something that's funny and silly and goofy, but at the same time, it's thought provoking. It makes me sit and understand, like, okay, these are some steps you should start taking. This is what you should incorporate, and this, that, and third. But either way, right? Get back on point. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Child. Anyway, right? I was on Instagram and I normally just be posting things on my story because maybe sometimes people just need to hear something. It don't always be for me, even though I could resonate with what I post on my stories. It be for anybody that comes across my page. Like, click on my story, it's public. You might need that little inspiration. You might need that encouragement to cut somebody off. You might need the reinsurance. Yeah, that's you might need to reinsure yourself. But you might need the reassurance that it's okay to put you in the running of being first. Like, it's okay. It's all right. I can't speak, but it is what it is. Either way, right? It was a post I saw on Facebook where it was like, I have so much unconditional love, especially for anybody in my, like, space, but I also can love you from a distance. Like, I'm very good at that. I'm very good at that. Even if I wanted to hate people, I don't have the room, the capacity, the energy to hold hatred for anybody. Like, I really genuinely don't. You have to really do something crazy, and even then it's like I can still empathize. But yeah, like, I felt that to my core because it's like, especially now with me putting up boundaries with my mom and all of that. I've always had boundaries with my father. We act very much the same, so it's nothing really new. But putting up boundaries with my mom, I had to rediscover, like, okay, it's okay. You're not the person that I thought you were, and that's okay. You were never my safe space, but that's okay. It's literally okay because I can understand you brought me into this world. That was your goal, that was your task. that God gave you, and you fulfilled it. So I thank you for that. I thank you for the love that you did give. I thank you for the moments where it wasn't all, because it could always be worse. Everything could always be worse, but it could have always been better. Like, that's what I'm starting to understand. I'm not making excuses for it anymore. Like, yeah, it could have been worse, but it also could have been better, right? And I'm pretty sure she felt some type of, well, not even pretty sure. I know for a fact my mom felt some type of way when I had to place firmer boundaries, because in her mind, I'm still a child, and it's my mom. I can't fault her for that. But at the same time, this is a child that had to raise all of y'all. Had to be the second replacement mother when the parents weren't around, or when the parents were going through their own personal things, or when the parents just were not being parents. I had to be a parent to everybody, even me. So, yeah, yeah, it sucks. Not really sucks, but it's like I can feel for you, and I can hold space to feel for you, but at the same time, I'm not changing my mind on that. I'm not stepping off of that, because that's also necessary. Like, I suppressed a lot of gifts because of my mother, like, and truly because of my mother, because, oh, you're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to do this. You're not, like, I had a dream of my grandfather once, and she told me I couldn't talk to him in the dream. That ain't right. That's, like, borderline demonic and all this stuff, because it wasn't my grandfather. I know for a fact now that it probably definitely was. Most definitely was, because I'm a very, very protected child of God. Like, and when I say God, I mean big G, unconditional love in God. That's yeah. I'm his daughter. And yeah, like, when I started looking back and thinking on certain things and certain moments where I felt my gifts, and I tried to talk to my mom about it, because I will always talk about my dreams with her. So it's like, that's a gift. Dreaming is a gift. Discernment is a gift. My discernment was strong as a kid and is very strong now. That's a gift. Knowing if something was about to fall and I caught it was a gift. Reading people's energy was a gift. Seeing people's auras was a gift. And I was told so many of those things was demonic, so I had to suppress those things. Now I'm realizing, okay, there has to be distance with the people I love the most, because we are not on the same paths. And that is not anybody's fault. Nobody's at fault. Everybody's here for different reasons. Just because my reason might be W through Z doesn't mean your reason for A through F is wrong. It's just a different time, A comes before Z, but we all still get there. Either way, right? What was I talking about? Well, yeah. I had to, because a situation happened and I had to reevaluate. I had to reassess everything. And I have a lot of air in my chart, so I'm very, like, analytical before I really blow up now. After some years of calming myself down, I became more analytical instead of reactive. So now it's like, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling so betrayed and hurt by this? And it's because, okay, as a kid, I never was given the freedom to be myself. I never was accepted fully for being me. I was accepted for the person that everybody wanted to create. I was never accepted for the person I actually am. So, yeah, realizing that and seeing how everybody else got to put themselves first, and I was taught to put myself last. Yeah, that was the catalyst for, okay, I love you, but I have to love you from a distance. And I guess I probably felt compelled to get up here and record this today, because there's probably somebody out there feeling that way right now, Probably somebody out there reevaluating it and feeling ashamed because, hey, that's my mom, that's my dad, that's my guardian. They was there for me through this, that, and the third, whatever. At the end of the day, though, the truth is always gonna hurt. The truth is not pretty and is never in a pretty package. Well, not never. Sometimes the truth is beautiful, but I would say like maybe 55% of the time, it ain't. 55% of the time, the truth is very, very destructive and painful and transformative, and not always, not always in the best of ways. So, hey, you have to learn why it feels that way. You have to understand why the pain is there. Why do I feel so much anger? Why do I feel so much rage? Like, y'all, I'm telling you, like, that was the thing too. Like, I had watched Interview with a Vampire, and at first I was like, "Oh, they got a lot going on. I don't know about this. I don't know if this is my cup of tea." But as I went, like, I had turned it off for a little bit, and it's almost like just finish it, just watch how it ends, just see what goes on. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's watch this. And as it started to like play out, I started to see little things that is like, okay, now I ain't no vampire, y'all. I ain't none of that. I'm not none of that. But the little parts of like one of the characters just wanted to find her place because she was turned as a little kid, and well, not a little, well, yeah, 14 is a little kid, and now she's probably like closer to 30, and she's feeling out of place, and she's feeling lost, and she just wants community and all of this stuff. Like, the message I got from that, because she, well, I don't want to really say spoiler alert, because y'all probably either seen it or it's probably not your cup of tea. But the girl, the vampire, ends up, goodness gracious, I really can't talk today. The vampire ends up being burnt to death as like a sentence for a crime that she committed, according to this group that she found, community in, to a certain extent. And like, I feel like I was supposed to hear that or see that message, because for me, while I'm still trying to discover where I am in this whole big world of possibilities, I'm still trying to discover who my people are. I'm still trying to like find my community, find my tribe. Just because you have similarities does not mean that those are your people. That's the lesson I learned from that. Just because it's a enticing thing does not mean it's the best thing for you. And I had to see that. And now I'm seeing a connection in it, because, yo, let me tell you, I was, again, social media, I was on TikTok, right? Because lately I just been getting so much information, and they could call it conspiracy theories, but a lot of things that I've been known and that I've been on and that I've been knowing, like from back in the day when they used to let people post conspiracies and all that on YouTube without being censored, is now like being confirmed. And I just be on TikTok like, yeah, see, I already knew that. Yeah, I knew that. Let me swipe up because I knew that too. And the algorithm gonna do what it do. So yeah, I'll be on there for a little bit when I'm not like just sitting with myself and pulling cards for myself and writing down and writing in my journal, all of that. So is this one creator that's on there? And mind y'all, like, I'm very, very Christ conscious. Like, I believe in God. I am not religious. I am not religious. I am not religious. But I do believe in God. I do believe Jesus, Yeshua, the Son of God, was somebody who came here and really was an amazing person on earth. I really believe all of that. I keep saying I'm going to read the Bible. I actually need to start looking for the Bible that I have physically, because if I don't have it, I'm going to just download the Bible app. Either way, that's neither here or there. But yeah, I'm one of them people. Like, you can't stop my love for God. You can't. I'm sorry. You really just can't. The unconditional God, the big G God, you can't stop my love for that. I'm never gonna be one of them people that puts down anybody else because of what they believe. I feel like everybody has different lifestyles, different belief systems, different everything. So I'm not gonna judge you just because you believe in something different, but these are my beliefs and I stand by that, right? So I'm on TikTok this day, and it's this lady that I come across. And at first I'm like, oh, okay, she's a healer. I see her posting these videos of her helping people, and the things that she's feeling is resonating with the things that I'm feeling from these people. And it's like, oh, okay, like this is a cool person. Like, okay, I like this vibe. So I follow her on TikTok, right? The more I follow her, the more I'm seeing like all of this, like the old gods are coming back, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, well, that's her beliefs. I'm not gonna fault her for believing that. I'm really just not. Like, hey, her gifts are strong. She's a very gifted woman, so we could just, leave it at that. Everybody has freedom of speech. It's really what you believe is what you believe. But as the days go on, like I just start getting this feeling, and it's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me, because she started talking about how God is not real, like the God that I believe in is not real, and all this other stuff. And I mean, she's on live, she has her following, and people are chiming in, agreeing, and basically just a whole bunch of things that I don't resonate with. Like, it's one thing to have a different faith, to have a different perspective on faith, to have a different perspective on things. But as somebody that has lived through things that she shouldn't have lived through, as somebody who has put herself in harm's way and was not, killed for that, I'm never going to be, perfectly okay with that. I'm never going to be a person that will sit and let somebody, like, that's like being friends with somebody, like a group of people, and when you out the group, or when one person is out the group, people making fun of that one person, but then they come back to the group and they like, trying to be mixy. I don't like that. I don't like that type of vibe. So it just don't sit well with me. It didn't resonate with me, and I just had to start unfollowing a couple of people, because it's like, I've heard that ideology before, but that one felt like water and oil. Like you washing your hands after you put on Vaseline. Like, that's what that felt like, and it just did not feel. For me personally, I said, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I know God for myself. Like, I am not, can't digest that. So yeah, like, that's why I had to finish watching Interview of a Vampire with the Vampire, whatever that's called. Because yeah, that was the sign before I saw the other videos from the lady, and I'm like, oh, that's different. Let me relieve myself. We are not like-minded individuals. But yeah, then a different thing that I saw, right? And I actually wrote it down. I don't know where that book is right now. I don't feel like looking for it, to be very quite honest. But yeah, the rest of the show, like at the end of it, come to find out it's this big like betrayal from his partner, because the partner was the person that was putting him in harm's way or whatever, and the whole time he was manipulated to feel like the partner was the one that saved him. Fast forward to the ending, right, when he figures out, I think the character's name is Louis, because he from New Orleans. I love Nola. I love Nola. I really do. Like, I've only been once, but now that I'm more like rooted in my spirituality and who I am, I do want to go back again. But either way, right? Vampire from Nola. His name is Louis, whatever. And Louis finds out that his partner been lying straight to his face for 77 years, because that's how long they've been together. And his maker, the guy that turned him, was the actual one that saved. Either way, I'm not going to do too much on that one, because if y'all want to see it, I don't want to ruin it for y'all. But yeah, like, he just discovers this whole like lie that this person told straight to his face for all of these years, decades, like, not decades, well, yeah, decades, over 3 decades, like. And he has like this quiet rage at first, because he knows when he blows up, when Louis blows up, it is catastrophic. And in one of the prior episodes, the reporter that came, well, the journalist that came to do the story, he's a human, and he has a long-standing history with his Louis, but he was getting warned, like, oh, you're scared of Armand? I think that's the other guy's name. You're scared of Armand? You should be scared of the other one. The warning was about Louis, and I see why, because at the end, right, he finds out this whole deception. The Armand, the partner, is trying to like run behind him, like, hey, that's not it, that's not the truth. You know, it's been all this time. I thought we got past this. Da, 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 da. And after a few seconds of hearing that, all you hear is a boom. You see this big dent in the wall. Books is flying, because they had like a bookcase that was like suspended in air because they could levitate and all of that, so it wasn't really a problem. It was just like a big boom. The journalist gets up and walks into the other room, and he sees Armand on the floor. It's a big old dent in the wall, and Louis is just sitting there just like, and that hit so hard for me, because the reason for me healing and taking me serious is because my rage is that. My rage is that. It gets to a point where I can't even control me. I don't like that, because I can really just click out. There will be no returning. I don't see nothing. And it gets very different. So, like, that moment, that really sat with me, because I'm like, yeah, this is why you need to control it. This is why you need to understand it. And not even control it. This is why you need to understand it. Because rage is also an emotion. You gotta understand what the trigger is. You gotta understand why your heart feels like it has to protect you from something. Why your body feels the need to go right into fight or flight. And the fight is the only option. Like, you got to understand that. You have to become okay with knowing that people are going to lie to you straight to your face. People are not, you can't expect you from the outside world. You can't always expect that, because everybody is different. Everybody is different. They have their own intentions, and they have their own motivations for life. So you just can't expect people to treat you the way you treat everybody else. And yeah, that was a humbling moment for me, because it's like, yeah, I can get there. I have gotten there, and had to really just sit with me and be like, okay, we're at an age now where we can go to jail. We can get locked up for life. Let's be mindful. Let's be demure, okay? We don't have to be a hood booger no more. Let's be mindful. Like, I be having to sit me down. Like, these days, closer I get to 30, and I'm so excited. Like, yo, I can't wait to be in my 40s. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna be so fine in my 40s. But anyway, right? The closer I get to 30, the more, like, I'm just so grateful to myself for, like, sitting down with me and being the voice of reason when I be wanting to really click out, because I be wanting to click out. I don't anymore, but I know it's in there. And I had a moment with my most recent ex before the actual block cut off, like, really just extinguished from my life. Like, we had got into it real bad. And I told him, don't touch me. Like, stop touching me. Okay, you are not allowed to grab my arms. You are not allowed to try to calm me down by putting your hands on me, because that's going to make things worse. And people always think I'm jokey because I'm 5'3". Like, if y'all see me in real life, y'all really got understand. I am short. It's okay. I don't like to say that S word, but it's okay. Realistically, I am short. I'm only 5'3". So it's like people be thinking I'm a, like, joke. Like, and for that specific person, he really thought, like, yeah, okay, she ain't gonna do nothing. Like, she's soft. Because I presented as soft. Because I had a soft spot in my heart for you. But if I say do not touch me, because I am trying to calm down. Like, when I am upset to a certain degree, it feels like just fire burning in flames all over my body. Like, it's not good. It's just not good. So I've been needing people to give me space, because I go from angry to black out in 5 seconds. And I just be needing to woosah, be needing to understand logic, be needing to take a little time out, give me my space. He didn't understand that, or he didn't care to understand that. That person just never really cared about any of my boundaries, and he grabbed my arms. This 6'4" man flew on the ground, and I'm not boasting. I'm not boasting. I was full of rage. And at that point, I said, get off. And I pushed him all the way hard back on the floor. He hit his head and everything. I felt bad. But at the same time, this is my boundary. Do not touch me. You are already a threat to my peace. Don't touch me. What part of don't touch me do you understand? So it's like, after that, I really had to, like, woosah, understand myself a lot more, a lot more. And this is why I'm saying, like, that situation, it was a lesson. It was a lesson, a big lesson, a transformative lesson for me, because I understood my triggers thoroughly. Things that I thought I got over, it was staring me back in my face, and I understood. Okay, let's understand the rage, because I don't want to get to a point where I'm pushing a grown man onto the floor. I know what I'm capable of, babes. I know what I'm capable of. I used to box, and I still have hands. Like, I still very much have hands. I know what I am capable of in all capacities of that. I don't want to limit my freedom because I don't have control over my emotions. I don't want that. I deserve better than that. I really do. It don't matter what anybody else is doing to me, unless I have to literally fight for my life. I'm not putting myself in a situation where I have to sit here and be on the battlefield with anybody in any way. I will block I will walk away first. I will, yeah, you're right, in the conversation first because I know where I can get to. And yeah, watching that moment where this man who was very much in love with this person really threw that man into the wall, it hit so hard for me because it's like, yeah, I can get there. I don't want to get there. I don't. I genuinely want to be in my soft era. Let me be my soft feminine era, please. I've been so masculine for all my life. Let me have my soft era, please. So, yeah. After I finished it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Now I understand why I had to like really watch it. Even though at first I was like, ooh, this is a little much for me. I don't know. But then it made sense because it's like, yeah, okay, I understand the message. I get the message. Thank you for helping me see the message. So, yeah, I'm about to head out of here. I'm tired, y'all. I'm actually sleepy. My sleep has been a little bit better. And my dreams have been super vivid. Super vivid. But, yeah. Every time I meditate now, it's becoming easier because the thing I love the most is trees. I love trees. And I resonated with this one form of meditation where you're visualizing roots coming out of you. I advise y'all to try that out because it really helped me. And I have ADHD and I'm not doing the things that usually help me to focus and calm my thoughts. So yeah, it's been very helpful to like visualize the roots. Like I'm grounded. I'm seeing the roots go into the soil. I'm seeing them spread out everywhere. I'm connected. I'm with I'm with my environment. Like, oh, I love it so much. And trees has always been like a constant thing for me. Like I really love trees. So yeah, for me it's like trees. I'm always very close to like a train, like movement type thing. And a phoenix. I've really been resonating with the phoenix lately. So yeah, for me those are my things. But if y'all want to try meditating and y'all got problems with like calming your mind or focusing on things and all of this stuff, take it from somebody who is actively dealing with their ADHD. Visualizing roots and taking deep breaths and, you know, closing your eyes in silence or with music or just in a peaceful environment, it helps. It helps because it's been helping me as I get back onto track with my own spiritual routine. It has been helping me a lot. So I'd advise y'all to try that out. Yeah. Check out that song by Cat Burns, Healing. I think it's featuring India.Arie too. It's a really good song. Listen with your heart. Listen with your heart. Yeah. Healing, learning, growing and knowing. I don't remember the words. I'm so bad with words. But yeah, I'm doing so much better this year. Just even seeing where I come from and seeing where I am now. The old me never would have thought. And I had to apologize to my inner teenager because she was so abandoned. She was so abandoned. She always felt like the last option, like being picked the last for any team. That's what my inner teenager felt like. And I had to really apologize deeply to myself. To myself. And that's been helping me. Like, I just had a beautiful meditation actually before I came on here. Not like directly before, but I was in a beautiful space, a beautiful safe space that I created for me, myself, and I literally, for me, my younger self, and like my child self, and my teenage self, and It was beautiful. Like, it was literally beautiful. I saw it and it was gorgeous. Like, I'm really healing. I'm really healing, y'all. Like, I'm really healing. And as somebody who thought they was worthless, as somebody who convinced themselves that they were not meant for anything good, as somebody who convinced themselves that life was just going to always be constantly horrible and chaotic, that's a lot for me. Like, I'm so grateful for the place I'm at. I'm so grateful for the place I will be. I'm grateful for the place that I came from. I'm grateful. I'm full of gratefulness for everything. I'm understanding the trauma. I'm understanding the reasons for it. Even though some people might be like, oh, trauma, especially the type of trauma that I've dealt with. Like, what? There was reasons for that? Yeah, because I'm hard-headed. Some things I don't really fully always take at face value, so I really have to like get the experience of why. Like, I'm understanding that because of what I went through and came out of and got through, I'm going to help others who are still there. I'm going to help others who have came out of it and is still trying to climb. Like, what I went through helps me recognize myself and other people. It helps me see me in everybody else so that I can empathize, so that I can be the person that I needed growing up, so that I can be like, yeah, I understand. Like, I truly understand how terrible it was. I truly understand that you did not want to be alive. I truly understand that because I've been there. Same. I tried and failed and felt worse for failing. So I get it. I get it. I understand if you was in an abusive relationship. I've been there more than once. I get it. Like, I don't have space to hold judgment. And that's why I had to go through the things I went through, because I don't have the space for judgment. I only have the space for love, healing, transmutation. That is the space that I have for people like me. So I'm understanding that. And it gives me hope. It gives me hope. And it gives me peace because, I mean, I already do help people. Anytime I feel or see it, I help. Even if I just talk, hey, talk to me. Because I didn't really feel like I had anybody to talk to back then when it was the worst, at its worst. Like, woof, I didn't feel like people was really going to understand. So I've always been, and I'm becoming more of a listening ear, more of a sympathetic, empathetic, supportive person for people that have been in my shoes. I get it. And I see you. I really truly see you're not invisible. You are not the last choice. You are not unworthy. You are seen. You are heard, and you are loved, and you deserve to be that. You deserve to be loved. And that's just that on that. Like, I'm learning and I'm healed, healing. I was gonna say building. That is crazy. I'm healing and I'm building and I'm learning and I'm growing, and I love that. I love that because whenever I decide to have kids, like, I'm going to make their lives a safe place. Everything about their lives are gonna be safe spaces. Like, if I ever do have the ability to have kids, if I can't, it is what it is. I have enough love to give to anybody. But yeah, I'm always gonna make life just safe because I did not feel very safe in my life. So yeah, I'm happy for the transformations. I'm happy for the new beginnings. I'm happy for the endings even. I'm grateful for the lessons. More to come, I'm sure. But I feel good about it. I feel good about it.